let's say you want to create the most atmospheric, romantic evening possible. Which element would you choose to do just that? We've got me, Osi, Chugu, Crystal, and Christine. Some of us don't have our answer yet. What's the first instinct that you guys have when you
I have water?
Water.
First one came to mind for me was fire, and I didn't even think twice really.
Okay. Osi?
First thing that came to mind to me was air.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Christine?
Same as Chuku, water.
Okay, so nobody chose Earth. Interesting. Because for me, I was thinking either fire or air. So let's
This
actually...
is romantic, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay, y'all. I just have some thoughts, so.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
No, okay. In the show itself, we see that fire it's like the element of passion. And in the show itself, I mean, inarguably, Zuko is probably the character that has most people crushing on him in the history of the Avatar universe. And it's
that might have been mostly Dante Bosco. But let me finish. Literally in the show, when he was living in Ba Sing Se with his uncle, he goes on a date with Jin, and we can say that this date was a disaster throughout the night. It sucked. At the end of the night, he, did the thing where he lit up all the lanterns around the fountain.
Risked his identity.
But it was worth it because she was infatuated after that. I mean, she didn't even question why is all this stuff lit up? It was just she was overwhelmed with the beautiful flames and I mean, when you have dinner with your significant other at a nice restaurant, there's going to be candlelight because it's a little more romantic than just fluorescent lights and all that. And when you have the candle at table, the lighting is very flattering around you and you're just in the mood for love. Everyone knows that fire is passionate, and when everyone's oh, this person's fiery, it's it just gets you excited, and that's, I mean, I think others would agree with me too.
Yeah, I think that was one of my top choices for that reason. I think the only reason air was one of my other choices was because flying is something that's really cool, and you think Aladdin.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is the flying aspect. And the whole Superman and Lois in the air is kind of that's what my mind went to with thinking about which element would be the best. Although fire did come to mind, but I think for me, air kind of makes a lot of sense because I just thought of you could take her breath away literally.
You're trying to romance her, not kill her.
You kill her, man.
Damn, that is morbid AF.
Hey, man.
But just to get a
beautiful.
girl's perspective on flying, I would hate to have get wind whip or whatever, and then my hair's just everywhere.
Agreed.
Okay, well,
think of the girl. What if she doesn't like heights either?
If you're a great airbender, you can control the air around her and make sure it
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're not a good airbender, don't even try it.
Yeah. I definitely agree with all those. I guess for me, when I thought about water, I thought about what you can do a lot. For example, you can go ice skating. You can if you want, you can go on, you can almost make your own little, I mean, I guess you could say you could do this with Earth, but you could basically be on the sea, and you kind of you guys can be enjoying the beach type of thing, and move over the water and stuff like that, and create that how when people kiss each other, and then there's the freaking in Disneyland they have that sprinklers in the background type of stuff. You could do creative stuff like that with water. So
make a fountain and then kiss in front of it.
Something like that. Have it pour.
Well, to go off of Chuku's, when I first thought of water, I immediately thought of Yue and Sokka, and to your point, Chuku, I feel you can do a lot of things with water and a lot of activities.
Wait, but neither of them are benders.
Yes,
know, yeah.
But then I'm just thinking about that whole
That's
the
another thing.
ice
The ice
realm,
makes it pretty
stuff
cool.
like that. Not to mention, Iroh even said that water is the whole point of water is about love. That's the whole point. Symbolizes love and the meaning behind that. So I feel like that does have a romantic aspect to it as well.
Yeah, and like, you know, fire represents passion, but water could be like a calm, like storm, you know, of love.
I mean, obviously this is
Yeah.
going to be personal preference because we all have our own sort of idea of what is romantic. But I do think fire is like one of my top choices because have you guys ever been to like a lantern festival or anything like that?
Oh yeah, that would be
Seen
very
videos,
nice.
Like-
but the one with the flying lanterns, right?
I've just
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
it
yeah.
entangled.
It is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Just like straight up letting those things fly, and it's just the light in the sky, and a whole bunch of them at once. It's crazy. Like seeing it in person is completely different. So I definitely recommend trying to do that once in your life. But
Is there a reason? Okay, I was about to say, could we give honor mentions to Earth? Like, what could we do with Earth in a romantic date? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you can
poor
create-
Earth.
Didn't Scott,
we just like
Scott, didn't you choose it?
no, I did not choose Earth. I just mentioned it as something we didn't choose.
Wait,
I couldn't
if
think
we
of
don't
anything.
choose it, we have to talk about why it's not romantic then.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything that makes it romantic, I suppose. Like, I don't know.
I can think of one thing. Make a
Like-
rock formation in the shape of your lover's face.
yeah,
Yeah, like,
that's
I guess you
something.
can sculpt a statue better, but
you could gift your significant other a home.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, that is
okay,
really forward.
We're going for the prompt of a romantic evening, okay? This is not like
That could be a romantic shoot.
Yeah, it's like, hey, all the places were closed. I created this romantic hotel. out of
okay, if you were to find like a whole bunch of metal or shiny metal on crystals, and then earthbend them to make like a really nice formation, that's probably the best way I can think of.
Yeah, you'd probably have to find like one of those crystal tunnels with like the crystals that light up or something. But I feel like those are so few and far between. You have to like look for them.
Yeah.
Or you can make them if you're that talented as an earthbender.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Earth is the least romantic. I can't really think of anything else to make it more romantic.
Yeah, maybe like hot pools of lava everywhere.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
you could do.
Let's go
you
burn
could,
our date.
You could do a mud bath. Toph has done mud baths
Okay,
before.
that's
Those can
something.
be-
No.
I don't see that as
no.
romantic.
that's
There's like
You know
spas that do that.
that's pretty creative. That's like a unique first date. Like, imagine you did that. I'd be like, it's kind of cool.
Well, okay, yeah. Now that I think about it, like I have been to a spa where they rub like mud on. Like, is that what you're saying? Like mud on you versus
Yeah.
like going into an actual like pool of mud.
No.
Okay, okay.
And then
That's
wrestling.
what I was picturing when you said mud bath.
I'm thinking of like.
Wait, that's still what I'm thinking of.
Like
though.
I would not
mean, why
want
not?
to dip
If you-
myself.
if you
Actually, just
in
like
mud.
quicksand, and you're like,
Oh my god.
If you guys have ever seen Suits, there's the one character who loves doing mud baths at the spa.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know
If
what
it's
you're
like where they rub like the mud on you and then you kind of like wash it off later, like that's fine. I just don't want to be submerged
Yeah.
in mud.
Okay, does everyone still sort of have their own choice as their first choice? Or has this conversation swayed you at all?
I am torn between water and fire. I think
I-
a combination of the two would be great, you know,
Yeah, I
waterfall and then like some torches
Yeah.
and stuff, you know.
I'm still with fire, but now I'm like, my mind is open to water.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I definitely, for sure, I see fire a lot. I guess it depends on what type of evening you're trying to have. Like, if you're really trying to go for that, like, candles and dinner light type of thing, fire's perfect. But if it's like, you know, first date, maybe you want to, like, go ice skating or something like that. That's where water comes
Yeah.
in.
The ice and
So-
fire is just it makes a really nice atmosphere. I do think I rescind air and go for water instead.
You don't want to take her breath away.
Oh, see, totally, like with that line, made Scott change his mind.
No, it was the whole like ice stuff that convinced me to switch. But I mean, like, I still think fire is great. I think fire is my number one and water is my number two now.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stick with air just because everybody else said no to air.
OC really wants
Out
to
of
take someone's
sight.
breath
Hey,
away.
hey, the beauty part of air is if you let go of your earthly tether and enter the void, you can start flying. And then you don't have to, forever away.
That is the opposite of romantic. You're
Oh,
literally
it's very romantic, man.
okay. So he had to let his lover die before he could do that.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's romantic, man.
No, that's tragic.
Romeo.
That
No,
is
that
not
speaks
romantic.
to the strength of his love for her.
If you really love her, you can let her go. That's what they say.
It's
so.
like when you have to like kill your best friend to get your sharding gun.
Oh
No,
my
but that's a lie. You didn't
God.
have to kill your best friend.
Yeah, it
this is-
seems like we all have different definitions of romance here.
This is aggressive.
Maybe we should be a
guys.
little bit more specific with our premise next time.
Okay, well, that was a fun discussion. Let us know what you guys think is the best element to create a romantic night. You can actually have a tier list if you want and describe why each element is at that ranking. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Go ahead and give a like and subscribe if you did, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.